đâu vậy em? Đi đâu xe rửa để bốc dắt hàng quậy đi dưới nha. Đây đâu đây?
Đi thấy đó.
Đi chơi City phải không?
Chơi City. Đi tàu đó, hay đi tàu, giờ chờ tàu đi vòng vòng chơi.
Mặt mình mà.
Thấy nè.
Thấy cái bông qua.
Sao rồi, sao nó quay thấy rồi.
Đâu?
Nè, thấy em. Ủa em đâu rồi?
Đó đó.
Em.
Rồi đi tiếp. Đi tiếp lắm thấy.
Nó có bị rung hết kìa. Hơi nhúc nhích vậy.
Mình đi rút kêu phải không? Ông kêu không vậy?
Ngồi trên tàu chạy tới giờ Williams sao? Tàu này bến nha.
Rồi về Mỹ Long mà, nhiều quý dạ.
Mỹ Long.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now first of all let me welcome you all aboard the Air Explorer. And what is, let's face it, it's a fabulous day in Melbourne. Every day at this time of year is just like this. Never rains. Now, my name's Richard and I'm going to be your captain as we go for a cruise to Williamstown. Now, before we do get things underway properly though, I do need to give you folks a quick safety briefing. Now, in the event of an emergency, you will find yourself should not to go for a swim today. Certainly wouldn't recommend it myself. You'd be surprised though how many people do actually think it is a good idea. So if you do see someone in the water, please do not hesitate to throw them one of these rings. You also need to be aware, of course, they're actually rather hard. So if you could aim to throw it near them rather than directly at them, well, that seems to work out for the best. Most of the time anyway. Now, the most important thing I will be telling you folks today is the fact that we're going to be sounding a long blast on the horn. Now when you hear that, of course, that is your signal to be focusing your eyes forward on the bridge. Now you do need, of course, to keep your eyes on it till we are well and truly past it. As it is also important to know at this point in time that most of the people we have on board here, between now and then, you know, sit back, relax, make yourselves at home. And of course, feel free to be helping yourself to a cup of tea or coffee up at the back there.
Có cà phê ở ngoài sau.
The river here that we've just entered into, it all used to be our commercial docks here in Melbourne, all the way up until the late 1960s, when containerisation came into being. Well, the whole port area did actually contract downstream to where we are going to be finding it today. Now, plenty to be redeveloped now. Over on the left there, you will find Jeff's Shed, the exhibition centre. Now, that is the largest exhibition centre to be found anywhere in the southern hemisphere. 30,000 square metres of it. Also the largest single span roof as original form. Now directly in front of us here, this fabulous piece of 70s architecture, yeah, just about to be certainly was. As way back in the early 1800s, he was in fact the Surveyor General for the colony of New South Wales. Now he was sent down to this part of the world to survey the entire Port Phillip region, and to be making an assessment as to whether or not this was going to be a suitable place for building a settlement at some time in the future. Now, Mr. Grimes, though, not impressed at all, really, with anything he did actually discover down this way. In fact, when he returned to Sydney, he lodged a rather scathing report. 3 or 4 ships, just like the Acacia there, come in here, bring in loads of dry cement powder. That's 3 or 4 every week, I might add. So, yeah, very busy terminal, this one. As you're going to find, of course, we don't have too much in the way of good quality limestone here in Victoria to make our own. So pretty much everything we use for construction does need to be imported. Now the vast majority of all these cement carrying ships, of course, they either come up this way from Devonport down in Tasmania, or across from Adelaide over in South Australia. Now you're going to find those 2 silos, of course, once they are actually 100% full. Well, they contain enough to keep our construction industry here in Melbourne busy the best part of 4 days. Indeed, over the course of a year we get through an awful lot of these ships. It's one of our busier terminals down this way. And over on the right hand side you're going to find Victoria Dock. It's pretty much exactly the opposite now. It is rather rare to see a ship parked up there. Main use today just for a loading crane as well, sitting right down the western end of the terminal there. 20,000 sheep between them. So of course by then, well, it was too late for getting rid of it. So I left with no choice but to keep it. It was in fact William Lonsdale, but then named that village Melbourne, after Lord Melbourne, who was the Prime Minister of Britain at the time. Anyway, just over 15 years. As you can see over on the right here, the construction work down this way shows no signs of slowing down either. You'll find the rate they're knocking these apartment blocks.
Wow.
So look, and you folks got a handy 7 mil.
Wow.
Can't think of anything better to do with. Don't know, maybe Yarra's Edge is for you. Pretty sure I wouldn't pay $7 million to look at the Yarra River every day, but then hey, look, I'll look at the Yarra River every day. So I might be biased on that one, but they are certainly no shortage of people lining up to buy these things. They're all sold off the plan these days, so pretty rare to see one out and about in the open market. Obviously someone's got the money. If I ever follow, see what is left of our North Wharf. Now that is pretty much what this entire area used to look like some 15 years ago. So look, there it is. Let's face it, there is a fairly significant sort of a change going on, no doubt about it. Now of course, as you can see, the whole redevelopment of this area is also in full swing at the moment. Now that is soon to become the Yarra Point development, well, over the course of the next 3 or 4 years. The dandelions this time of year, so it's a beautiful day, no doubt about it, for now. Now, as we do make our way into Williamstown, as most of you folks can probably work out for yourselves, you know, from the large number of yachts you can see just lying about the place. Williamstown is a yachting capital here in Melbourne. It is, of course, home to 4 yacht clubs today, including, of course, the rather prestigious Royal Victorian Yacht Club. Now, also calling Williamstown home, completion of our 2 Canberra class vessels, and you know, they packed up, decided to call it a day, which is rather sad, but for the way things are. Anyway, the Castle Bay was, of course, one of 53 Corvette class ships which were built for the Australian Navy. Last, the active service, of course, working as a minesweeper, clearing.
Hết hả? Tôi lên đây đi rửa về.
Mình lên đây hả?
Nghe mà sao mới nói đó.
Chạy đó đợi nữa hả?